Conway Corp took Energy Smart to a whole new level earlier this year with the announcement of our 20-year purchase power agreement for a 132 megawatt DC. Welcome back. It is the Conway Regional Health System pregame show, the semifinals edition. It's Jeff Matthews along with Levi Gilbert and Tim Roach. They are the voices of the Wampus Cats. And man, what a ride this has been this year. And back to a place you were just a couple of weeks ago, Levi, back to Bryant against the top-ranked Hornets.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this at the end of the Central broadcast. You know, it doesn't feel great to say we're going back to Bryant just because of what Bryant has accomplished these last, this 3-year run that they're on now. But honestly, you get the feeling talking to these players and this coaching staff, they're not afraid to go back there even after what happened a few weeks ago. They know that they left a lot of opportunities on the field. It could have looked a lot different, that final score. Not saying that they would have won, but we could have at least scored 40, maybe 50 points on Bryant. It could have been one of those just offensive shootouts. And none of these players are afraid to go back there. And I'm excited to have the opportunity. I'm really excited for them to get another shot at them.
And there was that 14-point swing that happened on that pick six that went the length of the field. That was such a momentum change. And I agree, it may not have been a win, but that's a much, much tighter game than that score indicated, Tim.
It absolutely was. When you look at all the opportunities, I went back and I've watched that game film now a dozen times. There were so many opportunities for us. A little slip here, one throw there. It just was a different game because of those few mistakes that we made or plays that we didn't make. And I can guarantee you that this week they've looked at that game film and they've watched every play that could have been made, and they're doing it over again.
Levi, let's talk about the offense. The usual suspects is who we're going to need to step up. It's the Ben Weisses of the world and the Bryce Bohannons of the world. Who else on that side of the ball do you see making a difference?
Well, I tell you, I think we got a preview of that in the Central game, and this is Jamal Bethune. The path he's been on these last 3 weeks, really going back to that first Bryant game when he had that long touchdown run late in, I believe, the third quarter of that game. He has just continued to build each week since then, and they're going to need him because they're going to need to chew up first downs and sustain drives to keep the ball away from Bryant, because Bryant, their offense is just as potent as ours, and they were able to put up points in a hurry the last time we played. So our biggest key is let's sustain drives, keep the ball away from the Hornet offense, and I think Jamal Bethune is going to play a huge role in being able to do that.
And Tim, defensively, we've got to pay attention to their big playmakers. And Big 84, Hayden Schrader, is someone we've got to keep focus on.
He had 3 scores in the first quarter. And, they scored 35 points in the first quarter. They scored another 35, but it took them 3 quarters to do that after that. We picked up a little bit, but they did move the ball around quite a bit. He got his plays. but their running backs were tough to tackle. I think what we'll see is some different schemes on defense to make sure that we've got their big receivers like Schrader covered up.
And guys, it's fun to work on the week of Thanksgiving. I only got to do it a couple of times over the course of my 19 years of calling games. So the first year that you guys are the voices of the Wampus Cats, you get a chance. I want nothing more than to see you guys have another week of work coming up into December.
Yeah, I think about back in 2017, the last time, that we got to do this. That was last time you were in the semifinals calling a game. And it was just so much fun. And we went to North Little Rock. That was the year that they were just on their crazy run, and they ended up winning it all that year. Did not turn out to be a fun outcome that night. I'm just hopeful for a much more competitive game. And man, I just feel like Conway's gonna do it. We talked about this a little bit with Coach. Just think about the Central and the way that this has shifted in the last few years. Now all 4 teams left in the 7A are all Central teams. And, take your pick, honestly. I mean, it's 4 really deep, good teams.
4 really good, deep teams, and also 4 really good quarterbacks. And so no matter what the matchup is, you're seeing some quarterbacks that could play football on the college level. Not all of them will. Of course, the 2 quarterbacks that we're going to see tonight are both going to play college baseball, Tim.
Yeah, they've all got huge arms.
Yes.
They all are very athletic. They all have kind of their own unique little path, but these are some elite quarterbacks. These are the 2 best. If you ask me, these are the 2 best in the state right here.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a fun one. Guys, have a great call. We're looking forward to it.
You don't wake up thinking about internet speed, electricity, reliability. Your mind isn't on advanced treatment facilities or customizable systems. You don't have to think about any of these things because we do. Conway Corp, always on.
Hi, and welcome to the Conway Regional Health System pregame show. I'm Jeff Matthews, joined by the voices of the Wampus Cats, Levi Gilbert and Tim Roach. And we're also joined by Coach Keith Fimple, head coach of the Wampus Cats. And Coach, before we look at semifinals against Bryant, let's look back at the quarterfinals against Little Rock Central. Great win for the Wampus Cats.
Anytime in this, remember what you do in November. Anytime you can get a win, whether it's first round, second round, third round, that's where you want to be. And I think every coach in America would take it just like I did with my staff and the kids. Anytime you can advance and go on, that's where you want to be at.
Coach Jamal Bethune had one of his best performances of the year, 276 rushing yards, 3 scores, and he had 2 touchdown runs over 70 yards.
That guy has been, since when I came and took the job, this bunch here were 10th graders when I got them, and Jamal has always been a guy that I'm always messing around with on a weekly basis. I just enjoy his attitude, his work ethic, the way his leadership skills are. To see him have a game like that, last game at Conway Field, it makes my heart glow because of the things that he and the rewards that he got from the other night of what he's put into the program.
Coach, this was one of the most balanced attacks you've had all year last week against Central. Talk a little bit about your offensive line play.
Several guys there played in and out, rotated around, played different positions, going all the way back to the first of the year and losing a guy like Nick DeBoer and moving Jaden Williams to tackle. These guys are selfless guys. They work ethic is, between Colton Jackson and Coach De Los Santos, working them during practice. They just improve every week. It was great to see them, and I know they were very happy with what Jamal did and what the offense has been able to do, through them.
And Coach, the offense has been impressive all year long. Your defense, though, stepped up really big, 4 sacks, including 2 from Noah Troutman.
Played really well last week. Had some opportunities where sometimes on offense things weren't clicking. You could kind of tell things were off just a little bit, and we had to go out and get a stop. And I think you can see again. I keep talking week in, week out about the growth they're having on defense. And I saw that improve last week because I'm telling you, Central has a lot of talented kids. Very good on offense, up front, very physical guys. So really proud of those guys and the way they played.
Coach, your team heads back to Bryant this week for a semifinal showdown. Last trip didn't exactly go the way we wanted it to. What's been the focus this week as we get ready for this rematch?
I think the kids have done a really good job, number one, of just putting that one behind them. I think things got a little crazy, and that sometimes in high school football that'll happen, whether it's turnovers or situational things that we gave up big plays, and that's something that we've been talking about all year. But I think they've done a really good job this week of putting those things behind them and refocusing themselves on who they're playing and what they need to do to win those games. And it's big for us to do this week.
Coach, we saw Bryce and Boogie a little bit more on defense this past week. Jaden's been there some this year as well. What do those offensive guys bring to the defensive side for you?
Well, again, we've been doing this on a weekly basis all year long. We might move one guy over, we might move another guy over. And with what the situation is, man, this day and age, you don't know what's going to happen from week to week. Going into a Thursday, it might be a Friday before the game. So we just been trying to build depth with those guys, and what they bring is an experience level. Most of those guys have played, on offense, but again, having the experience level of just being able on Friday nights to be able to play in this conference, which is very evident of how well this conference is with the 4 semifinals all being in the same conference. So, I think that's what they bring is a leadership of experience.
Coach, I do want to ask you about the preparation for a week like this week. It's new for all the kids. They haven't had to practice the week of Thanksgiving. You've had a lot of experience in your past with teams that have made it to the semis. What have you drawn from, or what other coaches that you've worked with have you drawn from to prepare for this week so that things were in place, ready to go?
I think just being familiar with the setup and the system that we have had, and going back to, like you said, that the experiences that I've had, and even on my staff, I was talking to Clayton Pankey. He is at Southside. I coached him, and he was a part of 3 semifinalists in a row that we had there at Southside. So again, the first thing I explained to the staff on Sunday was this. Enjoy every minute of it. It is very precious to be here at this point to practice on Thanksgiving. It's something that that you will cherish for the rest of your life. And the kids have got to take that same motto, because like tomorrow when you go out to practice on a Thanksgiving day at 8 o'clock, how tremendous is that there's only 4 teams left in the state of Arkansas. So you can tell, again, with this class, like I said, that they were sophomores when I got here, to see the growth that they've had in 3 years, to be able to play in a semifinal game and to practice on Thanksgiving is a tremendous pleasure for me to see.
Well, Coach, we wish you good luck. Of course, it's good to see you, and we'll have the kickoff coming up in less than 30 minutes on Conway Corp.
Appreciate you guys, and go Cats.
Good evening and welcome back to Hornet Stadium in Bryant. I'm Levi Gilbert alongside my color analyst Tim Roach. And here we are again for the second time in a month. Your Wampus Cats have made the trip back to Saline County to take on the Bryant Hornets. Not much has changed in terms of the opponent. They are still the 2-time defending state 7A champs, and they're still undefeated, riding a 28-game win streak.
I wish some of those things would have changed, Levi, but
right.
None. I mean, the only thing that happened was their stats got a little bit wider and a little bit larger, but it's the same team that we played. They haven't lost anybody due to COVID that we're aware of, and so it's the same Bryant team that put up 70 the first time around.
Yeah. just a few weeks ago, your Wampus Cats came here, fell 70-33. Very strange game. I mean, we talked about it throughout the rest of the game since then, throughout the playoffs, that it was just a weird night, and your Wampus Cats left some points on the board. Just a reminder, it was a strange night in that it didn't really matter. That outcome that night wasn't going to change things in terms of playoff seeding. It was just a very strange game. Your Conway Wampus Cats did still give up 70 points, which is a lot to give up, but I don't know how much you read into what happened a few weeks ago in terms of what we might see here tonight.
No, we didn't really show as much as we probably could have. The game did get out of hand early. It was 35 points. They scored 35 points in the first quarter. And
Crazy.
so, yeah, and then they doubled that the rest of the game. But at that mark, you kind of knew things were probably not going to go your way. It didn't look like we could stop them very well. We were scoring okay. We put up 33 points, which is the most that they gave up in state to anybody. The only other team was 40 to Trinity down in Texas. So even going fairly vanilla after the first quarter, we were able to hang some points on them. So I think we caught their eye a little bit.
Yeah, and a lot of points left on the field that night by your Wampus Cats. We're going to dive back into tonight's action. Forget about that game your Wampus Cats have. I guarantee you they're not thinking about it as they get ready to get on the field. And we are about 8 minutes away from kickoff here in the 7A semifinals. Feels really good to say that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with Tim's Three Things here on Conway Corp.
For nearly 100 years, Conway Regional has provided high-quality, compassionate health care to the communities we serve, and we are honored to be named the 2020 Best Hospital in Arkansas by readers of AY Magazine. Thank you to the thousands of readers who chose Conway Regional as the best hospital. We are bringing you innovative services, new clinics, more specialists, and expanded access to care. We are not just growing, we are growing together.
Back live in Bryant for the 7A semifinals between your Conway Wampus Cats and the undefeated Bryant Hornets. And I'm not sure there's really much more we can say that hasn't already been said at this point about Bryant and this insane run that they've been on the last few years under head coach Buck James. Last time Conway beat Bryant was actually here on this field 6 years ago, 2014. It was a great year for your Wampus Cats. They went undefeated in the regular season that year. But Bryant, 28-game win streak coming in, trying to get back to War Memorial Stadium for the third year in a row. They've won the last two. It all has the makings for a classic David versus Goliath moment for your Wampus Cats, and the stakes are immense. Tim, a win tonight. So this is what's different from a few weeks ago, right? We've already set the stage, what that was like a few weeks ago. Not much has changed from Bryant's perspective. But here's what's different for your Wampus Cats. A win tonight, and you're going to War Memorial Stadium for a chance at a state championship.
So this is, you mentioned David versus Goliath. This really is that kind of game. We have in front of us a great opportunity. And I watched Lake Placid, and those that are my age probably remember the 1980 hockey team in the Olympics, USA versus Russia. They came in, they killed us in a kind of a preseason game matchup for that. If you go back and you watch the pregame speech from Herb Brooks and what he talked about in that first game, or in that game right before that game, it was all the makings of what's going on here. So one of the first things he says out of the gate is, great moments are born from great opportunities. And that's the first thing on my Tim's Three Things. So this is a great opportunity. Some people don't really want this opportunity to play a Bryant team that has just absolutely destroyed everybody they played. This is a great opportunity to do what you want to do. If we can take this moment and hold on to it and just kind of be in the moment, we've got a chance, I think, with our offense. If our defense can get a couple of stops, it's going to be one of those kinds of moments. The other thing is this. He said, this is one game. This is the one night that we have. Well, there are no more games against Bryant this year. This is it. This is the last one. If we played them 10 times, they're probably going to beat us 9. I don't think anybody in the state would say, well, Conway's got a 50-50 chance here. No. But this is one night. Do you want it more than they do? This is your one night that you have. Make tonight be that one night out of the 10. We have the opportunity to do that. And the third thing I would say is this for our young guys that are on this team. when you started the first of this year, you lost a ton. I think we had 3 or 4 returning seniors that played a lot of time on both sides of the ball. You lost your kicker, you lost your tight end, you lost offensive line, defensive line completely gone, linebackers gone. We had a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback. All those things were new. We had no idea what to expect. With all those things and COVID and all the disruptions that were, this team earned the right to be here tonight. They are made for this moment. They have the offense to get it done. Can your defense get a couple of good stops? This is the time to show that you've earned your right to be here.
You know, I had a chance to listen to that speech as well on the way up here because you played it for me. My favorite part of that speech was when he talked about how he's tired of hearing how good the Russians are. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm tired of hearing how good Bryant is, but yet I've been here telling you since we started our pregame. Facts are the facts. I say throw them out tonight. Like you said, one game, one night. Let's just see what happens. I'm excited to see what's in store for your Wampus Cats tonight. Especially excited for this group of seniors led by that one right there, number 20, Bryce Bohannon, the amazing season that he's had. He is going to be sorely missed as we head into next season. But, hey, hopefully it doesn't end here tonight for Bryce and the rest of these seniors. We're going to take one more break. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff of the 7A semifinals here on Conway Corp. 30 seconds, and we're back.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Live tonight in Saline County in the 7A semifinals, and we are in rare air tonight. Jeremy Muck had a great article today in the Democrat Gazette about the remaining teams here in the 7A, as this is the semifinals week, so there's 4 teams left. And he pointed out it's the first time since the AAA expanded to 6 classifications in 2006 that the semifinals in the 7A features 4 teams from the 7A Central. So that's all the teams that are left are teams that you have seen us play before, your Wampus Cats, along with North Little Rock, Cabot, and the Bryant Hornets.
Well, I will tell you, I mean, it feels like that as well. I mean, we played Bentonville, the one team that you thought probably could make it out of the West. The West was a little bit down this year. Bentonville was definitely the cream of the crop, and then you had a team that we played in Cabot. We were up 21-0 and held on. They actually came back and got ahead, and they scored 7 touchdowns in the second half. They came from 21. That same team came from 21 down in Bentonville and won the ball game at Bentonville. So the Central is just absolutely loaded. All the talent really is here except for Bentonville. This is kind of how it should be.
And not just the 4 teams, but 4 elite-level quarterbacks in the state still playing tonight, including the 2 you're going to see here tonight. Austin Ledbetter for the Bryant Hornets. Amazing run that he's had the last this is, 3rd year of this crazy run for Bryant. And then Ben Weiss. Some would say, if you weren't familiar with the Conway program, coming out of nowhere this year, and the state's leading passer in terms of passing yards and touchdowns. What a story for him.
Steve Sullivan from Channel 7 calls him the gunslinger, and he really is kind of an old school guy. He's not real tall. He's super athletic, big arm, and all heart. And the thing about it is in a brand new offense, you really didn't know anything about Ben Weiss coming in from other than being a good athlete. But man, has he thrived in this offense.
Wampus Cats will receive to start the first half. It'll be Manny Smith taking the opening kickoff. Cuts it back into the middle, out past the 30. He's going to bounce it out far side. He's got some room, flashing the speed all the way near midfield. Good start for the Wampus Cats.
Boy, Manny Smith, if you give him a little bit of a seam, give him some space, that's all kind of damage took it from one side of the field all the way to the other, and they never got him down. He ran him out of the boundary. What a great return and a good start for the Wampus Cats.
Conway will start on offense. What are you looking for from this Wampus Cat offense tonight against this talented Bryant defense?
I would really like to see a lot of first downs. You know, keep the ball away from their offense, really try to just move the ball bits and pieces down the field.
Little new look here, 4-receiver set. Ben Weiss is going to find Bryce Bohannon on the first play for a big gain out past the 25.
So much for chipping it down the field. That was a great route by Bryce Bohannon, and a perfect throw by Ben Weiss on the boundary. Had to be spot on, and it was.
First down, and it's going to be picked off. They fake to Jamal Bethune. And the pass read perfectly by Hart Penfield.
Well, I mean, you had a great start. Really kind of a bad decision to throw that ball there. It was not open. It was a quick throw, so it was a timing piece, and the linebacker just absolutely read it perfectly and jumped the pass.
Ben Weiss and Coach Mark Kelly talking it over on the sidelines. Trying to figure out what exactly they saw there. Hart Penfield caused trouble back in week 10 for your Wampus Cats as well.
Time for the defense to get it going.
Bryant will start at the 42. Ledbetter will start things off with a pass. He's looking deep over the middle. He's got a wide receiver open. Ashton Waller is going to finish the job out near the 25.
Yeah, he got just a little bit of room behind Ashton the first time, and Ashton did come back and make the tackle. Looked like they had him down a little bit earlier than that, but they kept him. They said he kept his balance up, but a good stop by Ashton after the catch.
Tanner Anderson getting the start in the backfield next to Ledbetter. Hornets will go trips to the left. They're going to back it up a little bit. False start.
You know, it may not seem like much, but a good break from all the good things that were happening for Bryant. A 5-yard penalty, true. It makes it 1st and 15, gives us a chance to catch our breath just a second, get our feet back underneath us, and try to get some momentum on our side.
This is a team that wasn't afraid to go for it on 4th down on this side of the field a few weeks ago. They'll hand off to Anderson. Anderson contained there in the middle. Trey Banks in. Did the ball come out? I think that ball came out. Haven't got a final call yet. I think possession is going to stay with the Hornets.
Well, that's a great job by our defensive line, making some penetration and getting them behind the line of scrimmage. You know, you kind of expect Bryant this time. They've got 3 elite running backs. You kind of expect them to try to pound the ball a little bit and try to keep the ball away from our offense.
2nd and 15, they'll go trips to the left again. Ledbetter going to pass out to Anderson. In and out of his hands, incomplete.
He was wide open in the flat. We had our safety coming up, Traylon McClure coming up, but it was a little bit tardy, and so that was going to, you know, get some of the yardage back. It wasn't going to get a first down, but you don't like that opportunity with a wide open flat. Big 3rd down here, though, Levi.
3rd and 15 upcoming for the Hornets. It's quiet.
I'm not sure.
Eerily quiet.
They haven't seen 3rd and 14 very often.
Ledbetter takes a snap. He's going over the middle, looking for Blake Everett.
Great play there by Troy Wiseman. Across the middle, was really maintained his position well. There was no chance to throw that ball in. If you had to pinpoint that throw, it wasn't there.
It looks like we're gonna maybe have 4-down territory here for the Hornets. Look for Schrader.
Yeah, it would be about a 47-yard field goal or thereabouts. So that's a little bit lengthy. So yeah, you expect them to go here.
Stick with trips to the left. Schrader in the slot. Anderson in motion. Empty backfield for Ledbetter. Ledbetter under pressure is going to loft one up. Bryce Bohannon tipping it down, incomplete.
Kind of a jump ball there. You had, I believe it was Noah Troutman, broke free from the outside, put pressure on Austin Ledbetter, forced him to really just throw it up, kind of like a Hail Mary. There was really no other opportunity there. Great job by Troy Wiseman to high point the ball in the end zone, knock it away from the receiver. Great job by your defense after a turnover.
And I would not expect to see Bryce Bohannon leave the field many times tonight. This is all hands on deck here in Saline County. Time for the Wampus Cat offense to respond after the turnover. Start this drive with a handoff to Jamal Bethune. He's met in the backfield.
Another big play by their linebacker. And we talked about their linebackers the first round through. They started the season with 12 seniors on, or 11 seniors on the defensive side. The linebackers are elite level athletes.
Miles Aldridge, Kobe Melton, Hart Penfield. Lots of seniors. There it is again. Penfield causing havoc in the backfield. Bryant brought the blitz. Conway unable to pick it up.
We're going to have, we need to, this is the point at which you probably, you may not see it here, but we're going to have to stop the penetration, and the way you do that is with a delayed count. You do quick hitches. You get the ball out of the pocket very fast.
They'll go two receivers to each side. Ben Weiss on third down, rolling out to his right. Looking for Bryce Bohannon. It is complete. Out past the 30.
That was a good gain. It's not going to pick up the first down, but you gave yourself a good chance there that if Bryce is able to get away from his guy, he's only about 5 or 6 yards short of the line to gain. Not quite able to do that there. I doubt we see Coach Kelly do anything here at 4th and 6.
4th and 6 at the 30. Now the ball spotted at the 34.
Unless that happens.
They did get Bryant to jump. That's going to get it up to 4th and 1.
That's going to be a real decision now for Coach Kelly on what he wants to do here. 4th and a long one. You're still on your side of the field. It's closer to the 40. You're at the 39, but man, that's still a tough spot.
Brandon Jones jumping off sides for the Hornets. They will bring in, they're going to bring in the bigs, so they're going to go for it. Handoff to Jamal Bethune. He was hit in the backfield, but leans forward for a first down.
Wow.
What a call.
You had Andrew Sides in there running a good lead block. You had Colby London in there. Just a really good push. I mean, they penetrated our offensive line all the first drive, or this drive, and to go for it, 4th and a long one from your own 39, man, what a great move. Wow.
1st and 10 now at the 41. Weiss finds Boogie Carr. Boogie stretching towards the 50.
Boogie's a tough out. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's coming up limping.
He got turned around on the tackle. He got turned around on the tackle pretty hard.
And he is unable to get off the field. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break here and give them time to look at him. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp.
Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
So on 2nd and 2, they hand off to Jamal Bethune. Jamal pushing ahead close to that first down marker. They're going to go ahead and give it to him. So another first down for your Wampus Cats.
The good news is that Boogie is up walking around pretty healthily on the sidelines without any assistance from the staff. Maybe just a little bit of a twist. It was an awkward tackle. But, hey, a good push on that play to get the first down. Gotta like to see first downs.
1st and 10 at the 49. Ben got some time going deep for Bryce Bohannon. Bryce diving for the catch. What a catch!
Oh.
Airborne.
That was an all-out dive. I mean, he left everything out there. What a catch. Oh, my gosh.
He's made so many big plays this year. That might have been the biggest one we've seen yet. They'll go trips tight to the right. Here we are in the semifinals. Conway still showing some different looks. Looking for Micah Mosby. Touchdown, Wampus Cats. 13-yard score from Weiss to Mosby.
What a fantastic throw. Great job by the offensive line to give Ben just enough time to be able to find Mosby coming across the center of the field. And with his athleticism, his height, able to high point the ball. What a great throw.
The Wampus Cats survived the initial storm of an early interception on their first drive. They get a stop on a short field on defense. Extra point is up, and it's good. 7-0. The Conway Wampus Cats lead early here in the first. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
Back live in Bryant. Wampus Cats up 7-0 on the touchdown pass from Ben Weiss to Micah Mosby, and I'm still trying to figure out how Bryce Bohannon caught that long pass.
I wasn't even getting excited about it, Levi, because it would look like it was, I mean, I love Ben's throw, giving your guy a chance, but there was really no way I thought he'd catch that ball after you let it go. It was so far overthrown. Wow, I mean, just, I'm going to miss Bryce Bohannon.
So Ben Weiss, after the interception on that first possession, perfect 5 for 5 on that last drive.
Looked great. He looked great.
Wampus Cats will kick it off with the squid line drive kick there. It's going to be taken right at the 30. That ball was bouncing around for quite a while.
That could be trouble. That could be trouble. I like that kick. That's Xander Williams back there kicking, and he's kind of our squib specialist. That ball, anything can happen there. All right, back to the drive there. So you turn the ball over, you're driving, you turn the ball over. Unfortunately, your defense comes up on 4th down and holds. You collect a 4th down play, and you're able to score on a long, good drive. Man, what a great opening for the Wampus Cats.
Hornets now the chance to respond. They'll start this drive with a handoff to Bracy. Bracy finding some space on the far end. Taken down out of bounds by Proc.
Well, he had space to the boundary, but Proc came up, and that's kind of Bracy's move, is to stiff arm and keep the running the linebacker at bay. But he's able to Proc is able to get through the stiff arm and work him all the way to the boundary.
Yeah, you called it. It was a great job by Proc, because it looked like Bracy had a lot of daylight on that far side. Proc closed the distance.
Yeah, no gain.
2nd and 10, ball at the 30. Ledbetter, he's going to pass here. Looking for Bracy out in the flats. Jaden Robinson in defense.
Yeah, and Traylon McClure came up as well to go low to make sure that you get him, because this guy's he's a senior. He squats 500 pounds. He's just a huge running back at any level in classification. And a lot of times it's going to take 2 guys to get him down. Good job. Brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 at the 36. Fake to Bracy, looking for Schrader over the middle. He's going to have the first down near midfield.
Yeah, Schrader is the guy that really killed us in the first quarter last time around. And on that trips play, he hesitates off of it and cuts in behind the 2 receivers, creating a little bit of space. And he only needed about 3 yards really to get close to the first down. and he got quite a bit more. We've got to find a way when they stagger their wide receivers off the edge that we're picking up the guy that remains.
Hornets slowing things down a little bit here. They're going to hand off to Bracy right up the middle. Bracy breaking out, pushing forward on the far side. Nice gain.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit of movement there on the outside by the receiver, but they didn't make that call. So there's a couple of times here where they've been really close to movement before the snap. But that's the kind of Bracy run you're talking about. The first guy's really not going to make the tackle. You're going to have to gang tackle him.
Second and 5. Ledbetter. Lots of time. Pressure coming. Ball's going to be incomplete. There is a flag in the secondary.
Yeah, it's going to be. It was before the throw, so I'm guessing that's going to be holding on our secondary.
Jaden Robinson bringing the pressure late. There will be holding against the Wampus Cats.
And it's really a shame, too, because Ledbetter, he did have some time, but nobody was really open for a bit there. We got to him late. That's the second time we've hit him, though.
Hand off to Bracy to start here on first down. Bracy tripped up down near the 30. Lucky to get him tripped up there.
Bracy's making the most of his opportunity. Again, this is the guy that transferred in as a senior from Ryzen, was all-state running back last year. At that classification, came in and is playing just the same way at this classification.
Second and short coming up for the Hornets. No. Fake to Bracy, looking for Schrader out on the far side. They have him. 32-yard score for the Hornets.
Yeah, a bit of a man coverage there, and you know, Schrader is such a great wide receiver. He's burned everybody this year at some point in time in the game. Not bad coverage, but the throw was spot on, right at the boundary, and not a lot you can do there.
A little bit of a height advantage there for Schrader as well. Schrader coming off a huge game a week ago versus Harbor. 10 catches, 201 yards. And Bryant ties it up. 3:58 to go here in the first quarter. Tied at 7 in the 7A semifinals. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp.
Take it outside, boys. Johnson's down the right side. He crosses into a corner and shoots. Oh, brilliant.
You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Tell your insurance provider you choose All Clean USA.
Mom said take it outside.
Just over 8 minutes of game time here in Saline County, and got a fun one so far. 7-7, Wampus Cats tied up with Bryant here in the 7A semifinals. It's going to be kicked to Manny Smith again. Manny, burst of speed right up the middle. Manny still on his feet, down near the 45. So 2 opportunities for Smith, and great starting field position again for your Wampus Cats.
Manny's, you know, again, 5'5", 150, undersized even at in any level of high school football. He is not afraid at all. I mean, he hit the burst of speed right at the seam and got a good 15 yards when it looks like if you're going to hesitate, you probably lose all chance there.
Conway will start this drive at the 45, and they'll hand off to Jamal Bethune. Jamal pushing forward for a nice gain.
Great job. They pulled the left side of the offensive line, and they found a little bit of a gap and enough to get 4 yards. That's a great first down run.
I would run behind Jaden Williams anytime.
You bet. You bet.
2nd and 6. Conway picking up the blitz, giving Weiss enough time. Finds Mosby on the sideline for first down.
Wow, boy, they had the blitz on. They came all the way through the middle. They had the run blitz on. They sent a linebacker late as well. We picked it up just enough to give him time to throw. And you have Micah Mosby out there again. They've got Schrader on their side. That's a matchup nightmare because of the height and the size. Our guy is Micah Mosby.
First down at the 34, empty backfield for Weiss. He's got time, going deep for Manny Smith. Manny almost making a great catch as he was being overly defended in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, that throw was right on, and, you know, because it should have been a good opportunity for a pass interference call. Not sure exactly what they didn't see there because he was climbing up his back, but a great throw by Ben just to give a chance.
Manny's going to step off for a moment. Blitz coming from Bryant. They set up the screen to Boogie Carr. Boogie's going to get maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, it was, you know, the right call for that defensive setup. So Coach Kelly had that one scoped out. We just didn't quite execute the best way we could on the outside edge. But really, again, the right call for the defense they had. But good to see Boogie Carr out there, though, again.
3rd and 9 coming up for Conway.
4-down territory.
Yeah, I don't want to take a sack here. Weiss looking for Mosby on the sidelines. Contact again. It'll be 4th and 9.
I'm not sure how. I mean, if the other one was not pass interference, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. I mean, he's climbing all over his back, but you knew you're going to have 2 downs to get it, so let's go.
Be 2 receivers to each side. Carr to Weiss's left. Weiss over the middle for Wes Boudreaux. He's tripped up. So 3 plays in a row. Nothing.
I'm not sure exactly what they're waiting to call. Wes gets tripped up. He's going to make that play. The only chance the guy had was to trip up our guy before the throw got there. So again, no call. That's 3 calls, any of which goes our way. It's first down.
Bryant will take over at the 33. Defense gonna have to respond here. Bryant goes trips tight to the left. They're going to find Schrader over the middle again. Troy Wiseman wrapping up his feet, taking him down just short of the first down.
Yeah, once again, when they've got doubles or triples, what you're seeing is the underneath guy, the guy that's running the shorter route is the one that's open. We're releasing with the long receivers. But even Schrader, I mean, the guy that's probably going to be the target, not quite getting our hands on him yet.
2nd and 2, handoff to Anderson. He's got space in the middle, breaking a big gain here, all the way down near the 40.
Yeah, good move in the backfield to elude what could have been a couple of tacklers. And once he found the second level, he's fast enough to get away from our linebackers. We had to come up from the safety position to make the tackle.
First down at the 40. We'll stick with that tight set to the left. Ledbetter under pressure, rolling out to his right. He's going to loft one up. He's got a man, just overthrows him. Nice break there for your Wampus Cats.
Yeah, we get a good rush on him and force him to roll out to the boundary, and makes the throw tougher. I mean, he did have a step on Ashton, but that's a tough throw. Even when your receiver is going with you towards the boundary, you've got to really kind of spot it on, and he wasn't able to do so.
Boogie Carr checked in at corner. Talked about Bryce playing some corner tonight. Expect to see Boogie off and on as well. Let's stick with this same set. They'll hand off to Anderson this time. Noah Troutman trying to make a play. Anderson going to get a first down.
Yeah, again, 3 very good. It's almost like their linebacking crew. 3 elite running backs. Tanner, Foote, and Bracey. They can just rotate them out. They stay fresh. This time it's Anderson's time.
Yeah, I haven't seen Xavier Foote yet, but I mean, it's take your pick, like you
early,
said.
yeah.
Now hand off to Anderson again here. Looked like he was going to be wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Instead, takes it 28 yards for a Hornet touchdown.
Yeah, he bounced it outside, and once he got outside, we're paying so much attention to the wide receivers that it really leaves a lot of space, especially over into beyond the hash marks. And he just did a great job of outrunning us to the goal line.
42 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Brock Funk in for the extra point. And he extends the lead to 7. 14-7. Bryant on top here in the first quarter. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp.
From day one, Centennial has been there for the people of Conway, the people that teach us, protect us, guide us, and work to make Conway better every day. That's why we've donated over $5 million to local organizations and causes, and we have the same commitment to serving you for life's milestones and everyday moments. Centennial Bank, proud to call Conway and Faulkner County home.
Live tonight in Saline County. Great shot there of your classy students. What's the theme you guessed tonight, Tim?
Ugly Christmas stuff.
Ugly Christmas stuff. Yeah, I saw one. I don't see her now, but she kind of looked like Red Riding Hood or something.
That's a miscategorized holiday.
Wampus Cats. Manny Smith gonna have to get on that ball. Takes a bad hop. And Bryant is going to recover it near the 20.
Yeah, that's that pooch kick that was too short for Manny to come get and too long for our up back. And so we didn't have any good communication there. I mean, that's kind of on our special teams to communicate, get to the ball, and cover it at the very least. So bad break for the Wampus Cats.
The defense back on the field just moments after coming off. And it's going to be a short field for the Hornets. Bracey will line up in the backfield. They'll start with a handoff to him. He's trying to bounce it out. He's going to break away, back up the middle, cutting out to the left. 19-yard score for Bracey.
Well, that's a great running back move. I mean, there's not much you can say there. He broke through the line, got to our linebackers, made a spin move. Looked like he was going to bounce to the outside, came back to the other side. An elite running back. That's they're very fortunate to have him.
So a quick turnover by the Wampus Cats leads to a quick 7 for the Hornets. Just like that, Bryant up 21-7. 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp.
You're watching Conway Corp, Channel 5 and 585. Conway's source for local community programming. Here you'll find the Wampus Cats, Conway City Council, here and there featuring local events. Burn and breathe that will get your heart rate up and down. Find new adventures on Away for a Day or grab your sketch pad and draw with Mr. Foy's easel. Plus, learn more about Conway Corp store. We're creating original programming with Conway in mind on Conway Corp, Channel 5 and 585.
Number 8, Stephen Fuller, set to kick off again. Here for Bryant. This time going to be received cleanly by Manny Smith. Manny trying to get things going for this Wampus Cat offense. They're going to start out past the 30.
Yeah, it seems like a short return, but actually really good field position for the Wampus Cats. Okay, so we've had, a quick turn here where it was a 7-7 ball game, and now it's 21-7. So they've scored 14 points in a matter of seconds. This is the point at which you've got to make sure that you get your feet back on the ground, stay solid, don't panic, just make a good long drive here and get back in the ball game.
start things off with the pass. Weiss going to find Bryce Bohannon. Bryce being covered extremely closely, but he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, they're going to, why wouldn't you? If you're going to stay, if they're not going to make that call, you're going to stay on them. It's a good matchup over there. That's LaQuave and Bryce.
Conway will go trips to the right. They'll hand off to Jamal Bethune. It has been a struggle up the middle. Jamal still breaking out.
Wow.
He thought he didn't go down. They're going to call him down.
I think that's a good call. It looked like his forearm went down to the ground, and even though his knees didn't touch, his forearm did. And so good call by the officials there. He was down. But, boy, he got something out of nothing there.
Yeah, that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. Conway trails 21-7, 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp.
Community is everywhere. Banking where you are, when you need it. On any device. At home, and wherever you play. We're committed to offering excellent service, competitive rates, and convenience in each of our 27 locations and beyond. Visit our website and discover how we can help your community at First Community Bank, where community is everything.
At Conway Corp, we believe in providing the very best services for you and your family. That's why Conway Corp offers a home security and home automation service. With it, you get the reliability and peace of mind of a home security system backed by a local team you know and trust. Learn more at conwaycorp.com. Start of the second quarter here. It'll be 2nd and 9 for your Wampus Cats. Weiss looking deep for Bryce Bohannon. That ball going to be out of bounds.
So, there was really nothing there. And so Ben did a good job of just giving yourself another chance to have another play, throwing the ball, deeply and out of bounds where no one could get a hold of it.
Boogie Carr in the backfield on 3rd and 9. Weiss trying to get out of pressure. All the way out to the right side. Ball is on the turf. He's just going to land on it. Going to gain a few yards there. Going to be 4th and about 6.
Yeah, halfway. We went forward earlier with it was 4th and 1 from our own 39, but at 21-7 here in the second quarter, this is a little bit more of a difficult call by Kelly.
They'll look to try and draw Bryant off sides again, I would assume. Lots of time on the play clock. No, they're going to go for it. Weiss looking for Bryce, and that pass just nowhere near him. Incomplete. Bryant will take over on downs at the 43.
Yeah, that actually was a good play call. The throw wasn't there. I'm not sure if there's a miscommunication between Bryce and Ben there, but it was the right call for what kind of defense they had, the right coverage they had, just didn't execute.
It'll be another short field for the Hornets. They haven't had to, other than that first scoring drive they had, haven't had to go very far. Start this drive with a handoff to Anderson. Anderson spinning out of a tackle, is going to take it past the 30, out of bounds near the 27.
Yeah, we're not getting a good wrap on their running backs at the line of scrimmage, and that's kind of been our bugaboo here. They're getting it doesn't matter whether it's Anderson or Bracey. They're getting to our second level very quickly, and that's a difficult task for any linebacking crew or secondary to be able to make that tackle.
Ledbetter going to pass here. He's got Schrader in the end zone. 28-yard strike. Ledbetter to Schrader.
Yeah, you're going to get if you get him in a jump ball situation, he's going to win most of those. You know, Troy's undersized from a corner perspective was right there, but if it's a jump ball, he's going to win that one.
Bryant taking a 20-point lead early here in the second quarter. Extra point is going to make it 21. 28-7, Bryant scoring 28 unanswered. Leads it here in the second. 10:46 left to go. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Ferris Agency in Conway if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Live in Saline County tonight for the 7A semifinals between your Wampus Cats and the Bryant Hornets. Conway back in the semifinals for the first time since 2017. So it hadn't been that long. Boogie Carr is going to take this short kick. He's going to take it out past the 40.
Yeah, they kicked the last game. They kicked a boogie pretty much every kickoff. He got used to that piece of it. So, you know, again, one of the things we talked about amongst everything is you know, with a team like Bryant, you can't turn the ball over. You can't give them gifts. You got to get every break you can get. And so far, we've had a couple of good moments, but we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot a couple of times here. We have to get our own momentum back. We have to gain it ourselves.
Weiss will pass on first down. Wes Boudreaux out on the far side. First down, Wampus Cats.
Good throw there. Good route by West to tap his feet on the boundaries. Wes has done a great job this year of working that boundary route and getting his feet down.
Ball will be spotted at the 46. Go trips to the left. Fake to Bethune, setting up a screen for Bohannon. Bryce just nowhere to go. That was well defended by Bryant.
Yeah, the play took a little bit too long to develop there, and by the time Bryce had the ball, they were all out to make the stop. There was no fooling them on that play.
No gain, 2nd and 10. We'll hand off to Bethune. Jamal's going to get it near the 45, but not much going there.
And a flag on the play. It's either going to be holding or it's going to be a face mask thrown by the umpire, I believe.
Jamal's clapping. Whatever he's hearing, he's happy to hear about it. So we await the call. It is going to be against Bryant.
Yeah, I think it's face mask.
A little bit of positive movement here.
Yeah.
I'll move it to the 39.
We got to get to the point where if we're going to run Jamal in there like that, he really has to have that initial pop at the line of scrimmage rather than having to dance.
Weiss looking for Bohannon on second down, and he's got him. 45-yard strike from Weiss to Bohannon.
That'll make you feel a little bit better about things. I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot of space there. LaQuave thought he had him covered. They've been going at it all, not only play for play, but verbally as well. But Bryce got the better of him that time.
Yeah, LaQuave Broomfield been very chatty tonight, and he just got burned for 45 by number 20, Bryce Bohannon.
Yeah, I love it.
Extra point is up and good. Conway cuts the lead back down to 2 scores. 28-14, Bryant leading here in the second quarter. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people Never learned to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Ferris Agency in Conway if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More.
Back in Bryant. Can feel like I can breathe a little bit again. Conway cutting it down to 28-14 here in the second quarter.
That's 6 touchdowns in a quarter and 2.5 minutes.
And 2 turnovers by your Wampus Cats.
Yeah.
One of those leading directly to 7 points.
Yeah, and the other one was we were driving and really had a good chance to score there as well in the opening drive. Look, I mean, so, you know, make the most of every opportunity you've got. That's what we've been trying to do. And look at this. We're going to kick off with the ball laying on the tee, I believe.
Wow, 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 wow. Can we get on it? Oh, man. That was executed very well from a kicking standpoint by Mejia, as that ball just spun around, and we had a shot to recover it.
Yeah, that was super close, man. I'd like to see a replay on that. It was super close. Ball bounced around quite a bit. You may see that a lot more tonight.
Mark Kelly making the calls tonight. So far, been calling it like another Kelly in the 501. Pulaski Academy. Oh, we've gone for it on 4th down twice.
Yeah.
And onside kick so far here.
We may not punt tonight.
Maybe not. But we're going to have to get some stops sooner or later. Start off with a handoff to Bracy. That's defended well.
I got to tell you, I mean, they threw a flag there. I'm hoping that's a hold because it looked like they got him on the edge there. Yeah.
Yep. So back it up. A little bit of a break here for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, these guys are super talented, and boy, you'll take a break like this when you can get it. It's on the other side. I couldn't see it, so you know, I'll just hope that it was a great call. I like the result of it, but again, we've actually, even though they held there, 3 yards for us, that's a win. You know, getting them stopped at the 3-yard gain is definitely a win.
So back it up to 36. First and a lot. I'll hand off to Bracy here. And he is met hard.
Lee Vern Floyd. Yeah, Lee Vern stood him up pretty quickly. I mean, that's got to feel good coming off the sidelines now, but boy, that was a pop at the line of scrimmage.
Score update from North Little Rock. Charging Wildcats up in the second quarter, 14-7 over Cabot. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game next week at War Memorial. 2nd and 15 coming up for the Hornets. Empty backfield for Ledbetter. He's got Schrader open. Big first down for the Hornets.
Yeah, he came in motion and kind of paused in the slot. Kind of almost looked like a wheel route, just ran out, and Traylon tried to get there in time, but it was a great throw and great route by Schrader. 2nd and 17, that's tough.
Schrader broke the single season record for receiving for Bryant last week versus Harbor. 1st and 10 at the 31. They'll hand off to Bracy. Bracy cutting back up to the middle, being met by Proc.
Garrick Sanders in there as well. That's, you know, again, you've got some young guys that are playing defense tonight. You've got Proc and Sanders, their first year at the varsity level, and, you know, making the most of it. We're going to learn from this experience. I mean, this year, defensively, I know it's been tough. We've given up a lot of points. This is super young defense.
It's good to see Garrett Sanders back on the field. Been a while since we've got to call his name. Ledbetter, lots of space. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to take a hit by Maurice Freeman. And he will pick up the first down.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't necessarily want him doing that much, but it was wide open. We kind of lost containment on the edge. It was kind of a quick decision on his part. He really didn't even think about it. Saw the space and took off.
He's moving a little slowly out there.
Maurice was sizing him up.
Fake to Bracey, looking deep for Schrader. And he did it again. 18-yard catch from Schrader.
Yeah.
Just perfect placement from Ledbetter.
Yeah, I would love to see the replay on that, but I'm guessing he got his feet down. It's hard for us to see on our angle, but that was perfectly thrown regardless, and you just can't defend that.
Brock Funk in for another extra point attempt. And that one is no good. So 34-14. The lead stays at 20. 7:20 to go here in the first half, 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp.
Attention, please. The news conference will start in mere moments.
Hi, welcome. Good day. I know you have lots of questions about the mysteries surrounding the new Ford Bronco.
We have questions. Over here.
I know you're excited about the new Ford Bronco. The simple answer is Smith Ford is here to help you order and build your new 2021 Ford Bronco.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127, right off of I-40.
So Bryant misses the extra point, but still back up by 20. 7:20 to go here in the second quarter.
The scoreboard operator put the point up just in case the referees missed it.
Going to be another pooch kick. It's going to bounce, and Jamal Bethune's going to recover out past, call it about the 33. So these targeted kicks been a little dangerous for Conway.
Yeah, that's, we did. I mean, even there, we had two guys fighting for it. You gotta communicate out there. It's almost a little bit like, baseball or volleyball. You got to make sure that you're calling off. You know exactly who's got the ball. Time to respond again, Levi. Just time to respond again.
Yep, this Wampus Cat offense has been so dangerous all year. They're going to have to keep finding ways to put up points. Weiss finding Boogie Carr out in the flats.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but that's our running back on their linebackers. And I like Boogie Carr or even, Manny Smith on their linebackers. That's a speed on size, and I'll take speed because it gets you 4 or 5 yards.
Bohannon and Smith near side here. Weiss going to roll out to his right. He's got some space. He's going to loft it up for Smith. Smith had a little pocket there, but couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game to play there. That's one of those ones that as a coach, you tell your quarterback, don't throw back across your body to the middle of the field. Only bad things can happen there. We were lucky to get away with that one.
3rd and 6. Blitz coming. Weiss lofting one up. He had Wes Boudreaux at the far sideline, and we've got a flag. There's going to be a Bryant's clapping. Not sure what the call's going to be. Looks like maybe a hold.
Well, our guy has had his helmet off. I'm not sure exactly if it was taken off.
That's the second time tonight
for him.
That's happened to Connor.
Yeah. Let's see what the call is. Both sides were clapping, so I don't know. Dead ball. They're going to call it on Connor. Yep. So his helmet came off. I'm not sure exactly. It's got to be one of those things where it's the last guy gets noticed. I don't think they saw it. All they saw was his helmet off. Coach Kelly's not getting the explanation he wants. So I think they just flat out missed that one.
Well, that's going to back the ball all the way up to the 22.
When you've got their linebacker thanking the referee. That's a bad sign.
Luis will punt away. Ball bounces out past the 40, takes a little bit of a Conway bounce near the 35.
Frustration all around, basically. You know, that's kind of where we are now at this point. So, you know, no matter what happens, what you want to do is maintain your discipline and your integrity. I mean, you know, I know Connor is an excitable young man. Obviously, something happened there, and we got the bad end of the deal there. But you've got to maintain your discipline.
You can see Weiss talking to Connor on the sideline. Coach Kelly over there as well. Bryant ball. They'll hand off to Bracy to start this one. Bracy bouncing it out far side. It's going to be a really short game.
Yeah, great tackle on the boundary out there. You got Preston Prock out there. Tavis Taylor in there as well. Kind of took care of, you know, and if we can force him all the way to the boundary, that's going to work in our favor. He's had plenty of opportunities, though, to cut straight up.
Going to say no gain here, 2nd and 10. We are past the halfway point here in the second quarter. Ledbetter will have trips to the right. Anderson came in motion. They're going to hand off to him, and he is met by Garrett Sanders.
Wow. Welcome back, Garrett Sanders. Great tackle at the line of scrimmage. He only allowed a 1-yard gain. That's an awesome tackle.
DeMarco McKenzie checking in on the defensive line. 3rd and 7. It's a big opportunity here for Conway. Not sure what's going on across the way.
I'm not sure. There could be maybe a whistle in the crowd. I mean, they're pointing back up to the crowd. I've seen that happen before here.
No real
explanation
here.
Yeah, I have no idea.
They will start the clock here, 3rd and 7. Defense got to get a stop here. Schrader in motion.
Yeah.
Going to find him for another first down. And we take a bad angle there. Schrader is going to make us pay. 63 yards, but there is a flag all the way back near the 30. They're going to call that one back.
Wow, that's about a 70-yard penalty. Brings up 3rd down and about, if it's a spot foul, it could be 3rd and more than 20.
Big break here for the Wampus Cats. Schrader has been so dangerous in motion out of the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, and I was, you know, thinking it as he was rolling out. I mean, somebody needs to keep an eye on Schrader at all times. I know it's easy for me to say,
yeah.
But I mean, he's the guy that's killing you. So you've got to get a hat on him.
So that's going to bring the ball all the way back to what, the 22?
Yeah.
3rd and a lot.
3rd and 22.
But you still got to get a stop. We've seen them get big gains. Conway is going to call a timeout. We will take it with them. 30 seconds, and we're back here on Conway Corp.
When you're looking for a new home in Conway, why not call on someone who knows the city better than anyone? Velda Looters with Coldwell Banker RPM Group. She has 25 years of experience and understands every aspect of the home buying and selling process. Buying a home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Working with Velda is easy because she knows your needs are unique and she gives you the personalized service it takes to find your perfect home. She loves Conway High Sports and is a longtime supporter of the Conway Wampus Cats and Lady Cats. Find current listings at her website, veldalooters.com, or give her a call.
Ball is going to be spotted at the 23 after the holding call against Bryant. So it brings up 3rd and 23 for the Hornets.
They've shown that 3rd and long does not really frighten them. And so, you know, you've got to maintain your discipline here. Keep an eye on Schrader. Watch for, you know, the screen. Anything in the middle of the field can be a problem.
Ledbetter will have trips to the right. Schrader in the slot. Ledbetter is going to keep it himself. Up the middle, Maurice Freeman closing in to make the tackle. It's going to be a little past the 30.
Yeah, really good job by our secondary there. There was really nobody open. And Ledbetter just did what he could there just to get some yardage back.
So closing in on 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Conway going to have a chance at getting the ball back, try and close this lead a little more. Bryce and West Boudreaux trying to get back quickly.
Yeah, a little bit late getting back there.
Punt is off. They're going to let it bounce. It bounces a little bit back past the 35.
All right, a stop. I mean, it's a little bit of a moral victory, but it is also exactly what you have to have. You cannot allow them just to continue just to blow down the field. Now, we caught a break with a holding call because that's a 60-yard pass play that shouldn't have happened on the boundary. We need to get that covered up, but you're giving our offense a chance to get back on the field here before the end of the half. Yeah,
it was would have been a 63-yard touchdown to Schrader, wiped out by the holding, and now Conway, 3:40 to go, a chance to cut the lead down some more before half. They'll get the ball out to Jamal Bethune in the flats. Jamal's got some space, hurdles in the middle of the field. He's got a first down, falls near the 50.
Wow. You know, Jamal he's not known for his pass catching, but that's a play that they've thrown in here late in the season, that little kind of almost like just a flat route. Threw it behind the line of scrimmage. And, you know, that's always a dangerous play with a defense like this, but it worked out there.
Running up the middle has been difficult, to say the least.
Yeah.
Finding new ways to get the ball to Jamal. On first down, Weiss going to have to run out of pressure. He's going to pick up a few yards.
Holding against the Wampus Cats. I'm not sure who it was, but that's at right about the 45-yard line. So now we're looking at first and about 25, 23. You know, the thing about it is it's on the back side of the play. So it really, I'm guessing it had an impact on the play, but that's way behind the play, and so it's an unfortunate break.
That is going to bring it back to the 35.
And normally you see the flag thrown for holding at the point of the play, but not sure exactly where that one was.
So first and 25. They'll hand off to Jamal. Jamal trying to get a little bit back up the middle. Conway fans calling for a late hit here.
Yeah, well, it's hands to the face. I mean, he put 44. Penfield, yeah. Put both hands right to the face mask of our running back and pushed him back, and our crowd took offense to it, and so did our guys on the field. But I'm not sure if there was a penalty there or not, but that was a little bit uncalled for.
Short gain, 2nd and 21. Weiss going to roll out to his right. Finds Manny Smith. Manny unable to haul that in. Would have been a short gain.
Yeah, you were not going to get a lot out of that, but still, you know, every chance you get, you need to make the play, and that's just a few yards. A few yards does matter, especially when you're in the middle of the field here, because you'd like to get it in 4th and manageable at the very least. Give yourself a chance to go for it.
3rd and 21, 2:26 left on the clock. Empty backfield for Weiss. He is hit as he throws. They're going to say that was an incomplete pass. A whistle coming in a little late there.
Yeah. But, you know, I think good call there. Hit just as he threw. You know, Ben's really good about with the clock in his head about how much time he's got left, but they really got a good rush on him there.
4th and 21. Weiss will punt away. Nice punt from Weiss. That's going to be fair caught back behind the 20. Might have been one of Weiss's best punts of the year.
It could have been all the way down. I mean, that was headed toward the goal line. Could have ended up a great punt, but good decision by the kind of faux return guy there. He was the safety, deep safety, just backing up, made a good play on it.
So Bryant will start at the 18, empty backfield here for Ledbetter. He's going to roll out to his left. Going deep for Schrader. Schrader just wide open behind our secondary. Going to cut it back. 82-yard score. Ledbetter to Schrader.
Yeah, that's, man, I don't even know. I mean, that's a great catch, great throw. Everything about it was very good for the Bryant side. I know he's torched everybody this season, but he seems like he has a really, really good eye out for Conway. That was just a brilliant play and throw.
Extra point is good from Funk. 41-14, 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp.
Education is all about vision. It requires commitment, investment. So we pour ourselves into Conway students and teachers, schools, and scholarships. A brighter future? Now that's powerful. Conway Corp. Always on.
Back in Bryant, lead extended even further for the Hornets. 41-14. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Conway gonna have to get some points on the board here.
Yeah, I mean, that's you got 2 minutes. You got to try to at least counter that because they get the ball to start the second half.
Boogie Carr is going to take the short kick and get it near the 30.
Well, our offense knows no stoppage. I mean, they are all gas, no brakes. So we've shown we can move the ball effectively, and it would be you know, we work a 2-minute offense on a normal basis. 2 minutes and 70 yards is really not too much to ask out of this offense. It's what our normal game is, and so you just got to ask them to go out and play their game.
Ashton Waller still on the field. He's trying to talk to the official. They didn't like whatever was happening at the end of that play. Taken up for Boogie. Fake to Jamal and trying to find either Manny or Bryce over the middle.
Yeah, and it was, you know, and both of them were open, but the throw was basically in between them. So a little bit of miscommunication there. And again, with this offense, you're going to have plays like that because A, you move so fast, but B, there's so many different options for the quarterback.
They go straight to the line, handoff to Bryce. Kind of looks similar to that play all the way back at Cabot. And Bryant calling a timeout. They want to get the ball back.
Yep, that's the right thing to do. I mean, you know, 41-14, I get it, but they're gonna pour on as much as they can and get as much as they can and get us in a position where there's just no hope. But for our guys at this point, you've got to play with everything that's within you. This is For some of these seniors, obviously this could be the last ball game that they play. The game's not over with by any stretch, but you're looking at a very long uphill battle here. You've got to play every down like it's your last. And so, you expect that out of the seniors, but you also expect it out of the sophomores and juniors that haven't had to grow up this year. We've had a lot of young guys playing, and they're learning a lot by this experience. Want to make sure everybody stays healthy, but let's get out there and just lay it out on the line.
Scoreboard has it as 2nd and 8. The on-field marker has it listed as 3rd down. Weiss is going to be picked off over the middle by Melton.
Yeah, that's it's almost like he was reading Ben's eyes, and they knew what play was coming out of the break. And it had him completely covered up, and really no opportunity for anything there but a pick.
A minute 32 left on the clock here in the first half, and Bryant's going to start this at the 23.
Short field or long field doesn't really matter for these guys. I mean,
it hasn't mattered very much.
No. And so, I mean, you don't want them to start here, obviously, but man, we could sure use a stop here. And that goes without saying, and that's an understatement, but we definitely need a stop here.
Bryant will start this drive with Anderson in the backfield. He's going to go in motion. Ledbetter rolling out to his right. Lofting one up for Schrader. That ball is not caught. There is a flag down near the 5-yard line.
It's in the area of pass interference, and I'm guessing it's against the Wampus Cats. Schrader did extend his arm as he went to make the catch there, but that's a tough call anyway. But all the calls now heading in the wrong direction if you're a Wampus Cat fan. I mean, and you got to look at it and go, okay, he's got to be holding him out of the break there. That has to be the call.
It's going to move the ball to the 13 and give the Hornets a first down. Anderson will go in motion again. They're looking over the middle. They're going to say it's incomplete. So Traylon McClure in defense there, doing a good job trying to knock that ball out.
Good job at attacking the point of the ball. He was open for a brief moment, and he went and really kind of just went after the ball instead of the receiver there, and able to knock it loose.
It was Nichols trying to haul that one in for Bryant. I can see so much better this time. we haven't mentioned that.
Yeah, I like outside.
A few weeks ago, we called the game in one of the visiting booths, and they had a really dark window. It was hard to see. I made a lot of missed calls that night. They just keep running this same look here. Ledbetter, lots of time. He had a man open, could not connect.
Yeah, when you've got that kind of time, you really can just kind of pick it out. And they're obviously they've shown their wide receivers, not only Schrader, but they've got guys all over the field that can catch the ball. They're a little bit like Conway in that regard. They've got wide receivers that can just go get it. And so if you give Austin Ledbetter that kind of time, he's going to pick you apart.
It was Clay Curtis that they were, or Braylon Rancifer, one of the two.
I'm afraid that's going to be offsides. Let's see what they call. Yep.
Another penalty going against the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, but I believe that's the right call. We jumped in. I was hoping that somebody had drawn him off, but it was not the case.
Ball is going to be marked down to the 8-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Hornets.
Third down, pass it in the flats to Anderson. He is
gosh.
going to dive into the end zone.
They were holding our corner, completely holding our corner throughout the play, and just wouldn't make the call. And that's a critical call there because that puts them at third and long. But it is what it is. I'd like to get every call going my way, but it's just not there.
And they're going to go for 2 here to try and get up by 35 because
typical Bryant.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
And they will do it. Pulling out a trick play with 46 seconds left in the first half.
Welcome to Bryant, is that what Jeff would say?
To go up 49-14. You know, it took – you tried to explain this to me a few weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know. I'm not from Conway. I don't know all the history here. I didn't quite believe you, but tonight I'm a true believer.
Yeah, they are we're outmanned, and we knew that going in. It's not even the question. The question was, can you play beyond these guys and try to make it a ball game? They haven't had a challenge all year except for Trinity, and so we've got to do is show some pride, some Wampus Cat pride here, and we're going to be, unless we score, we're going to be in the running clock in the second half.
46 seconds left here in the first half. Conway will have one more chance to get some points on the board before halftime. Boogie Carr trying to get a return going here. Ball's going to be spotted right at the 35.
Yeah, what we'd like to do now, we want to maintain our pressure and what we want to try to do with our offense. We want to find some answers on defense, obviously, but we've got to be able to move the ball and get a few good plays under our belt, and also maintain composure. This is when the game can really get chippy and get out of hand.
We're going to have a flag across the way. It's going to be against the Wampus Cats. Going to back them up 5 yards.
We're having all kinds of action going on. We've had looks like some visiting fans removed from our area down here in front of us. We've had it's just going to get it's going to be a tough night in Saline County.
Weiss is going to be sacked. The ball comes loose. Jamal Bethune picks it up, and they're calling it down.
Well, even when you think a call would go our way, it's going against us because I'm not sure. I think that ball came out, and
I guess they're saying he was down before the ball came out.
Yeah, I don't think he was, but that's the reason why the beanbag came out, by the way.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Well, the clock is ticking here. Conway's not even going to have a chance to run one more play here. So at the end of the first half, Conway trails 49-14. It's been a tough night for your Wampus Cats here in Bryant in the 7A semifinals. Time now for the Conway Regional Health Systems halftime show.
Thanksgiving is here, and we want to remind you the do's and don'ts of disposing of any fats, oils, or greases that might come from that delicious meal. Do wipe down greasy pots and pans with a dry paper towel and dispose of it in your kitchen scrap recycling or garbage. Don't pour fats, oil, or grease down the garbage disposal or sink drain. Do use baskets or strainers in sink drains to catch food scraps and other solids. Don't use hot water to wash the grease down the drain. And do pour cooled oil, fats, and grease into a can or other container with a tight lid, and can the grease. When the can is full, remove the lid to reuse it and then throw the can away. So why is this important? When you pour the grease down the drain, it accumulates inside the sewer pipes, and that can keep wastewater from flowing freely to the wastewater treatment plant. Clogged pipes cause sewer backups and sewage spills onto residential property and on the streets, and possibly back into your home. So do your part and keep the guys at the wastewater treatment plant happy. Grab a can of grease lit at Conway Corp today.
On the morning of Saturday, October 10th, a 5-man crew from Conway Corp left town early in the morning for Louisiana. They left to help restore power to the more than 100,000 weary residents who were in the dark following the destruction caused by yet another hurricane. Hurricane Delta was the 4th named storm to strike Louisiana, many parts of the state still reeling from the previous storms. Our crews joined forces with other public power utilities, working long days to restore power. They found themselves in some of the most remote parts of the state, one day working 7 hours to get a 5-mile line back up that served 3 homes, working as safely and diligently for those 3 homes as they would on a line that powered thousands. It's called mutual aid, and it's a benefit Conway has for being a public power community. You see, in the event of a major outage happening in our town, crews from other public power utilities will come to Conway, and they'll return the favor, and they'll help restore your power. We're proud of our crews and how they represent all of us like they do. At home and beyond, Conway Corp, always on. Conway Corp took Energy Smart to a whole new level earlier this year with the announcement of our 20-year purchase power agreement for a 132-megawatt DC solar energy project and the opening of our 1-megawatt farm at Blaney Hill. We know our customers are also looking for ways to be energy smart, and if you're considering a personal solar project, visit conwaycorp.com and click on the electric tab to help you calculate your project based on our kilowatt-hour rate and to get our net metering rules. Customers should also reach out to our engineering team prior to beginning your project. Our team can help make sure you have the information you need to have a safe and reliable project. At Conway Corp, we're here to help. Always on. Hi, I'm Jeff Matthews, and this is Plugged In. We are on location today at the West Substation. It's on College Avenue between Reedy and Hogan. And we're here today because of a project we recently completed that's going to help limit future outages because of our neighbors in the animal kingdom. Men and women at Conway Corp have worked hard for a really long time to make sure that your power is reliable. And in the event that we do have an outage, they could result because of a storm, sometimes because of a power pole being hit in an automobile accident. But then there are times when it's animals who enter a substation that causes outages. So in an effort to protect the animals and to protect your power, we've recently installed animal mitigation at this substation. As a result of this installation, when you drive past here on College Avenue, you might see a spark of light. In fact, you may see it in multiple places. This is normal and no cause for alarm. Now, as always, if you see something that seems more serious or something that you do feel like you need to report, we're just a phone call away, 450-6000. Conway Corp, always on. Next week is Public Power Week, and we're excited to celebrate the crews who have helped keep Conway powered for more than 90 years. At Conway Corp, we're proud to be a public power provider. We've operated alongside our customers in Conway since 1929, and knowing our community and its needs help us keep homes, businesses, and public places powered year-round. Our service is safe, reliable, and affordable, and we take pride in serving our friends and neighbors. So why is public power important to you? Well, our CEO, Brett Carroll, said it best. Conway benefits from public power with affordable energy costs and superior service. We're able to allow for local needs to be considered when decisions are made about rates and services, power generation, and green alternatives. Plus, public power revenues are reinvested into community programs and projects that are for the common good. And that's why it's important to you and all of Conway. Conway Corp, always on.
Have you checked out the My Conway Corp app and website lately? Well, if not, then you are in for a great surprise when you do. Our teams have been working to create a new look and feel that works seamlessly across both mobile and desktop platforms. You'll see relevant information like new programs, community highlights, road closures. Also, you'll be able to schedule cable and home security installs directly within the My Conway Corp app. We've improved the ACH process too. You'll be able to schedule your one-time ACH payments in advance, and pending payments will appear in your recent transactions. And for iOS users, you've got an improved TV listings guide right within the app. So be sure to update the My Conway Corp app and have a look around. If you've got questions, give us a call at 450-6000. Conway Corp, always on.
back live in Bryant, and man, I'm gonna have to, Tony Kornheiser always goes to the glasses.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go away from the glasses so I can see what we're talking about here. We are just about a minute left here at halftime. Conway trailing 49-14 here in the 7A semifinals. Obviously, not going the way any Wampus Cat fan would have wanted to here in the first half. The 35-point sportsmanship rule number has been met. So as soon as the clock starts here in the second half, it's going to be a running clock the rest of the way. So, Tim, not how we wanted things to go here in the first half.
No, there was always this possibility. I mean, we saw that the first game where they scored 35 points in the first half or in the first quarter, and then had 42 at half. But they're an uber talented team. I mean, they're going to be the favorite to win the state title by probably a lot. They've beaten everybody that's in the semis, and pretty handily at that. So it's going to be Bryant's game to lose, and I mean that from a big game perspective, not from this game's perspective. What I'd like to see here is for our guys to finish it out the right way. We've got a lot of seniors out here that have poured their heart into this program, and a lot of juniors and sophomores that are on this trip that are seeing it happen. This is a level that not many teams obviously get to play at. Our last time was about 3 years ago, so we don't see it very often. This is a privilege to be here. We'd like to see it go a different way, but obviously it's not going to.
Yeah, I think we were talking with Jeff Matthews earlier this week about this is the fourth time in the last 2 decades, I think, that the Wampus Cats have made it to the semifinals. Of course, they made it all the way to the championship game in 2003, then 2013, 2017, and then, of course, tonight. One of the points you brought up, they've added a little bit more time on the clock here at halftime. One of the points you brought up that I really wanted to talk about again is in your Tim's 3 things at the beginning of the game was you've earned it. And, I mean, you see the score, it's out of hand. We know that, but just want to reiterate that this is still a moment to celebrate the fact that you were able to get here, all the adversity of just COVID, but even beyond that, even if we had had a normal season, this team had to overcome a lot coming into the season. Pretty much a whole new defense except for the defensive line, and then a completely new offense that you really weren't able to install as effectively as you maybe could have under normal non-COVID circumstances.
Yeah, well, I mean, we really didn't get rolling offensively until a little bit later in the season. We finally started hitting our strides, but you're exactly right. Here's the thing about this team, and I talked to Coach Lampy before the game. I had a chance to run into him, and he talked about the coach's position. They're so proud of these guys for all that they've had to go through, the things that they've had to endure. As an example, again, Bryant has 11 returning starters on defense, 11 seniors. We have not 11 returning starters, 11 seniors. We had 2. We're very young in different spots. We've had to overcome different things than they have. We're in a different spot in our program than they are. So we'll see what happens next year with these guys, but we're on an upward swing, and I like it.
Wyatt Basinger kicking away here. Bryant will start near the 35, and it will be a very swift second half here as the clock will continue to run.
I mean, and already out of the kickoff, we've had some chippiness. The thing, again, I want our guys, and I get it that these guys are the best team in the state, and we're going to have to play them out for the rest of the half. You expected with them going for 2, being up 33 and going for 2 to get it to 35, that you would expect to see some different players. And what do you see? You see the starters out there again. So again, typical in terms of trying to really just crush their opponent. And so I just hope we play well.
We'll start this drive with a handoff to Bracy, the senior, lowering that shoulder and picking up a first down.
Still popping. That's Preston Prock out there. We've got Garrett Sanders out there playing some great time.
Hand off to Bracy again. Boogie Carr coming up, making a tackle low.
Good job by Boogie. Boogie's an offensive player just trying to get some work done on the defense, and he really looks good on the defensive side, by the way. I like the way he plays.
Bryant moving more quickly than they have all night.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably just going to run the ball, and that's okay. I mean, they're running back in their line. I mean, they have all seniors on their offensive line. They're huge, and they're just going to kind of cram it down our throats here, try to prove a point. And again, I don't know what that point is other than their Bryant.
Yeah.
But because I just totally don't understand this. I mean, all these guys are going to be playing next week. You need to save a little bit, but it is what it is.
Well, and beyond that, it's dangerous for your team. You know, you're going to be playing for a state championship next week. Why risk any potential injury here in the second half in garbage time? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't either, but it is what it is. And here's the thing. I mean, to your point, I mean, you're taking a lot of risk here, but Buck James runs a program like he runs it. I mean, I can't argue with that. I don't like it, but I don't argue with it.
You can't argue with the results of the last 3 years for this little mini dynasty that Bryant has established, as Bracy running again there. We talked about the 2-time defending state championships and 28-game win streak that's going to move to 29, and if they can win one more next week, going to move potentially to 30.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a senior running back here that transfers in from Rising as a all-state running back at Rising. It helps your program when you're able to fill in the gaps where you need them.
So Bryant marching right down the field here in the third quarter with their starters still in. 55-14. The lead extends.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my own advice here and try to keep everything kind of level set. I mean, I don't like what I see here, but at the same time, you've got to stop them. If they're going to line up and run the ball, you need to do that, regardless of whether or not they're going to run up the score on you or not. They're playing their game. You got to play yours. So just need the Wampus Cats to just kind of bow up here and get this second half, stay in it healthy, try to score some points, and try to get better on defense.
It is a much more competitive affair over in North Little Rock. The last score update I have had them at the half. I would expect they've probably started the third quarter at this point, but 21-21 at halftime between Cabot and North Little Rock.
That's going to be a good ball game. And I told you, I think earlier in the game, Cabot has really hit their stride here lately. Not that North Little Rock hasn't had their stride on all year long. They have. But, boy, Cabot is tough.
We talk about the 3-year run that Bryant's been on. I mean, think about the 4-year run that it's been at North Little Rock. They have a chance to go, to their 5th straight state championship appearance?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they won it all in 2017. I think they were also there in 2016. And then last 2 years they've been there and lost to this team, Bryant. But North Little Rock, even changing coaches this year, they've still maintained the success of that program.
And we got a penalty on the kickoff. They called us for holding. So it's the trend continues. The penalties have definitely been one-sided this evening, and I'm sure most of them are correct calls. But boy, it feels like it's been us walking backwards a lot tonight. Can't do that.
Conway will start with a handoff to Jamal Bethune, senior, picking up some nice yards here on first down.
That's a good run there, good solid run right off tackle. Had a good block there by Sean Tufu. Nick Childers in the middle.
Jamal passed the 1,000-yard mark last week with a big performance against Central. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 runs over 70-plus yards.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they were. I mean, I know that they were trying to defend the pass, but in the meantime, they were giving up chunk yardage. 3rd down and 1 here. A little miscommunication on the last play.
Hand off to Jamal again. He's going to have enough space in the middle to pick up the first down.
Good hard run by Jamal there. Conway will continue to work at the, at the pace that they're used to, which is try to go as fast as they can. Clock's going to continue to run the entire second half.
Hand off to Jamal again. And he's having some good gains here in the second half. It was tough going up the middle in the first half.
Yeah, making some good runs, even when there's not a lot of space there. Getting a chance to break a few tackles at the line of scrimmage. Good hard runs by Jamal Bethune. You don't expect anything different from the senior.
2nd and 4. Weiss going to find Wes Boudreaux. Quick hitch. He's going to have a first down.
That pass has been there all year long. It's a great route by West. He's a good, solid catch, good hands, and really quick after the catch.
West closing in on 700 receiving yards on the year. And Ben Weiss going to be picked off for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, that was they jumped. They're sitting on the routes. They know that we've got to throw the ball to stay in the ball game, and they just jumped the route again.
Weiss over 3,500 yards passing on the season, came into tonight's game with 41 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's going to have 43 after tonight's stats, and hasn't been his best game of the year, but what a year it's been for Ben Weiss.
He needs to keep his head up. He has been an absolute gamer the entire year. Great throws, led the state in the regular season.
And we will finally see the backups here in Bryant.
Yeah, a little shocking. Can't believe that 56-14 is enough to get their backups in, but glad to see that they're trying to change the pace a little bit.
Corey Nichols is a receiver, starting receiver for the Hornets. He's also the backup quarterback.
A lot of athletes all over the place for Bryant. They're very talented.
Well, Nichols is a sophomore, so you're going to see the next few years. Lee Vern Floyd getting a big sack there.
Great senior leader for this team. Had a chance to talk to him in one of our senior spotlights. He's just a great young man on and off the field. Has really done a lot, and he's also our deep snapper.
Yeah, if you had a chance, and you could even hear it in the pregame interview with Coach Fimple this week, but there's been a few times we've heard him talk about these seniors who were in his first set of sophomores when he came to Conway, and man, you can just hear the affection when he talks about these seniors, how much he cares about this first group that he had here at Conway.
Yeah, and you got to hate as well that he's not here tonight to be able to spend it with them. Boy, he is. It's a special group. We're definitely going to miss their leadership. But what they've done is they've laid a foundation over the last 3 years for the underclassmen to give them something to look at and say, this is how you do it. This is how you do it off the field. This is how you do it on the field. So got a lot of hope for our juniors and sophomores after the senior class.
Bryant going for it on 4th down. I think he's going to have enough for the first down there. Yeah, you talk about these seniors on the defensive line. I mean, that's really where we've got most of our seniors on the defensive side of the ball. Jalen McEwen going out a few weeks ago with a season-ending injury. And I just think about how he talked about Jalen and Lee Vern Floyd and Trey Banks. Coach Fimple's he's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
And but he's had a soft spot in his heart for those defensive linemen. But 4 minutes left to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah. With a lot of the runs, I mean, even on the throws that are incomplete, the clock still runs. So this should be a pretty quick second half. You've got also guys that not only on the defensive side, but on the offensive side. I'd be interested to see who's going to come out and play the next series. But, you know, Ben Weiss, I mean, we talked about him. I mean, this guy has had an unbelievable year. His first chance to play varsity quarterback, and he led the state. I mean, how you know, I'm not sure if that's ever been done.
And then in the first year of this new offense as well.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I keep thinking about is this is just the first year under Mark Kelly's offense. Bryant going deep. What can you say about that?
Well, you can say that there probably is a holding back here.
Back to my point, though, this has just been the first year in this offense, and the numbers, the things that Ben Weiss was able to do. You gotta expect that, you know, it's gonna get even better somehow from here. I don't know how it's possible.
Well,
with
you know,
the season Weiss had. But.
Yeah, that's a great point. Mark Kelly has done a great job of coming in. I mean, and think about this. It's a high school coach that won the state title at the, I believe it's 5A. Is
Cersei's 6A.
6A. So 6A wins a state title and comes in here as the offensive coordinator, and in a COVID impacted year was able to get these guys taught up and get this kind of performance. So now you have all these juniors and sophomores this year that have watched this. They get to go in again under the same offense. How good is that going to be? And you've got junior highs. The junior high teams and 7th grade teams are running this offense. It's just it can be a remarkable run we're getting set for.
Some of the other seniors we've seen on defense, you got to mention Noah Troutman,
Wow.
Tavis Taylor. Noah Troutman, what a week he had last week against Central.
Well, you know, it started actually in the second half of the Bryant game here, and then continued forward in the Springdale game. Had a great game in Springdale, and played lights out against Central. Man, I was so proud to see him play and wrap up his senior year playing the kind of football I know he expected of himself.
3rd and 15 here for the Hornets. Nichols going to have to run it here.
Yeah, they'll continue to go for it.
I know the defense hasn't been the strength of this team this year.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a lot of points given up throughout the year. You've seen it here again tonight, but a lot of youth at linebacker and in the secondary. You just hope and believe that they're just going to get better as we go into next season.
You're running 3 or 4 sophomores at linebacker. Both your safeties are sophomores. A corner is a sophomore. You really, I mean, there's not been a ton of senior leadership on the defensive side. They've had to learn how to do it on their own. And so I think a really good opportunity this year to grow. We knew going into the season that defense was going to be kind of the area that we had to focus because we lost so much. Lost your entire linebacking crew. Really lost your entire defensive line, really, except for Jalen McEwen, who played the most. You're worried about offense because it was a new offense, but anyway, it's it's a chance to get better this year.
Offensive starters coming back out for another possession here. Jamal Bethune getting the first carry. He's going to have a first down. It's going to be close. No, he got it.
Yeah, they're gonna want to end on some success, and so we're hoping that we see hopefully no injuries. I know Colby London's coming out, but just want to get through it.
Hand off to Jamal again here on first down. Gain of about 4. Jamal talked about the big game he had a week ago. Goes over 1,000 yards. He missed, what, 2-3 games there in the middle of the season, and just really came on. And it started week 10 here. He had a long touchdown run against Bryant late and had a lot of success in the first 2 playoff games against Springdale and Central. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Take a quick break here, 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp.
You don't wake up thinking about internet speed, electricity, reliability. Your mind isn't on advanced treatment facilities or customizable systems. you don't have to think about any of these things. Because we do. Conway Corp. Always on.
Conway Corp is proud to provide internet services to customers who are looking for a reliable, high-speed experience. With speeds up to 1 gig, everyone in your house can surf at blazing fast speeds, whether they're playing games, streaming media, sharing photos, shopping, or just browsing. Learn more at conwaycorp.com. Start the fourth quarter here. Conway with the ball, 3rd and 6 at the 49. And hand off to Jamal Bethune. Jamal, burst of speed for another first down.
Good to see Jamal get some success. He's been, he runs hard every play. He knows only one speed, and that's just fast and strong. And so good to see him have some success here.
We will certainly miss Jamal next season. Been a very dependable running back. And Weiss trying to find the other dependable playmaker, Bryce Bohannon. What can you say about Bryce? 18 touchdowns with the 45-yard touchdown reception tonight. Got him to 18 on the year, almost 1,400 yards receiving. He has been such a playmaker for this offense.
I mean, not only this year, but every year.
They go for him again. He almost had another one there. Double coverage. Bryce is going to definitely be missed. He's a state champion in basketball. We'll get to see him here in a month or so.
I know Salty is super excited to get him and Jalen Williams into the basketball court. I mean, it's another season's coming up. I mean, they've already started playing a little bit, and so you're going to get to see a couple of these guys continue their athletic career here in Conway, but in a different sport.
Yeah, you're talking about Jaden Williams. I don't think he's out there on the field right now. Big number 73. Talk about him. I mean, the move he made mid-season. He was a starting receiver.
Yeah, we could have one of our top plays of the year. We could have put his catch in.
Yeah, Bentonville
against Bentonville. I mean, it was a spectacular catch. So he moved from tight end, basically H-back, if you will, to offensive right tackle because we lost Debo in the Jonesboro game, and man, did he, immediately made an impact, and the offers started coming in immediately.
Yeah, Missouri, Kansas, and I got a chance to speak with him. Conway unable to pick up the first down there. It'll be Bryant ball at the 32. I had a chance to talk to Jaden this week as he was, this might be a little bit of breaking news, but he hadn't been announced yet. He was named to our 501 Life basketball team, and
good choice.
He told me that he was going to announce this week he was going to commit to one of the schools that had offered him, but I had not seen him make that announcement, so I'm not going to spoil it for him.
Yeah, hold on to it. Well, he's a dynamic athlete, whether it's football or basketball. And we've got some, we're talking about basketball. You've got some other players. Traylon McClure plays on the basketball team as well. Troy Wiseman plays on the basketball team. So we got several here that we'll see on the basketball court. But you've also got some baseball players out here. Ben Weiss, we'll see him. He's a dynamic arm. The UCA Bears have him as a pitching recruit. You've got Sam Gregg, who is his heir apparent right now for next year. Looks physically a lot like Ben Weiss. Has a good big arm as well. He'll play baseball. And so we've got some other athletes that are going to play. But, boy, we're going to miss these seniors. They have really, really done a great job this year of getting us to this spot. You'd like to see it end better for them, but I understand that this is the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and think about the progress that they've made. It's been a really good run since the Keith Fimple era began just a few years ago. Had a quarterfinals appearance in that first year, another quarterfinals appearance last year, and then breaking into the semifinals this year. Just unfortunately on the wrong side of the bracket with Bryant, as they are in what you hope, if you're a Wampus Cat fan, is the end of this amazing 3-year run that they've had with this group of talented seniors.
But they tend to they've got a lot of good athletes even underneath here. I mean, their senior offensive line, they've got senior defensive line. The entire defense is senior laden, so they got to replace. But they tend to find athletes, in their program that come up, and again, like a case like Horizon, you had a guy that transfers in, and he's an elite athlete, and so lots of good things happening here at Bryant. They're taking advantage of it for sure.
Past the 7-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Score update from Pulaski County. North Little Rock taking the lead in the third quarter, 28-21 over Cabot.
It's going to be a barn burner. I still pick Cabot, but North Little Rock, North Little Rock Bryant seems like a reoccurring theme for state championships. That
would be the third year in a row if North Little Rock is able to hang on to that one. But North Little Rock been on the bad end of that matchup the last 2 years.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly why Bryant's throwing the ball here, but, again, I'm guessing getting their young quarterback a chance to get some throws in for a playoff game. But
I think this is Joseph Young, senior.
Oh, well, there you go. Getting a senior chance to do it. Doesn't make a lot of sense anyway, but we need, our defense needs to continue to play hard and try to stop them. And that's going to, Traylon, that was 6 going the other way. That's too bad.
Traylon McClure, we've seen him do that once this year. Back against Northside, I believe he had a pick 6. It was Northside or?
No, it was Catholic.
Catholic, that's it, yeah.
Pick 6 against Catholic. Yeah, he was probably. That's a lot of. That's a lot of green to see out there late in a playoff game.
Yeah, I get excited about our secondary, just the way they were able to get turnovers this year. I mean, this was a team that got forced 24 turnovers, and would love to see them develop in the offseason and get real excited about what they're going to bring back to the table. You're going to have a lot to replace on the defensive line, senior leadership there, but really everywhere else you got starters coming back, so that's exciting.
I think I see Jalen Williams.
Jaden's
out there.
Williams,
Jaden Williams out there.
There he is, big number 73. Yeah. He's had a lot of fun playing defensive line in spots this year.
He's just a pure athlete, and really, all you got to do is talk to him and see what kind of a good guy he is. He's just a good teammate.
I mentioned getting to talk to him this weekend at the photo shoot. He thought they were going to come in here and win. I mean, you could really hear it in his voice. You could tell he believed it. It got me excited about this game because, it made me know that they weren't scared to come back here.
Yeah, well,
now, it hasn't gone the way you wanted it to, but it makes me feel good that they weren't intimidated to come back here and try again.
Yeah, this coaching staff, even without Coach Fimple around this week, and I talked to a couple of them, they really felt good about where they were headed. They had a good week of practice. They knew, like everybody else, they knew they were outmanned. It was just, can you get the right scheme? Can you get a break or two, or 3 or 4, and get the ball turned around? And it started off 7-0. I mean, I'm not sure Bryant's been behind much this year. They responded very quickly, but it was a good couple of moments there in the first half. Just couldn't extend that out into the second period at all.
Cabot has tied it back up at North Little Rock, 28-all in the third quarter. Our game is going to be done well before that one finishes, but winner of that game will face these Bryant Hornets on December 8th, I believe. Or no, is it December 5th? Yeah, I think it's Saturday, yeah. December 5th at War Memorial Stadium. The playoffs have been so wacky this year with not our classification really. I mean, we've kept the same schedule, but some of the other classifications that had play-in rounds that first week, so they're going to be, a few classifications are going to be playing their championship game on December 22nd. It's crazy. But it'll be the 6A and 7A schools playing first on December 5th.
There'll be some college bowl games played before that. That's crazy.
But hey, you know what's awesome is that we're to this point. You know, it happened. If you had told me that we would be playing a semifinals game way back in July, I don't know if I would have believed it.
No, I think that was a dream. That was, that was kind of a hope. Hey, let's be practicing on Thanksgiving, and see if we can get there. There was a lot of things that had to fall into place, and they did. Again, a learning curve for a lot of young guys on this team, and that'll be something they can lean on next year. Apparently, Bryant doesn't understand the victory formation.
Yeah,
so
under 2 minutes to play and still throwing.
So, I mean, this is where it just doesn't make sense to me. You're up 56-14 with a running clock, and you're throwing the ball to score again. I mean, I just don't understand it. And maybe that's me, and that's my lack of understanding of how the game should be played. But it just doesn't make sense to me. But who am I?
They will hand off here on second down as we close in on the final minute of the 2020 season for your Wampus Cats. Tim, your first year behind the mic.
Listen, this has been an absolute blast.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, love it, man. I can't wait. Hopefully I'll come back. Can't wait. I can't wait for basketball.
I haven't given my official word yet.
You don't get to do that. But no, looking forward to basketball. But man, had a great year, and thank you for your leadership here. I know you kind of worn both sets of the headset, and it's just been a great time. Thanks to Jeff Matthews. I mean, our crew has been fabulous all year long. They've been kind to me and brought me in. So thanks to everybody.
That's going to be the last play of the season for your Wampus Cats. Again, not the way you wanted it to go, but you still got to be proud of the season, the accomplishments they've made, all the potential records. I mean, we still haven't completely verified it, but Ben Weiss, as I would understand it, set some passing records for Conway this year, and this offense only getting started under Mark Kelly, and defense is young, going to have a lot of talented players coming back next year. And congrats to these seniors, all the work that they've done, making it to the semifinals this year. It was a wild, fun ride, and really appreciate all the players and coaches and parents, all the effort they had to make this season happen this year. And great appreciation to our Conway Corp crew as well on behalf of Javon, John, Maggie, Wade tonight. We got Wade back on semifinal night. Ashton, Kara back home, Stats, keeping up all the numbers all year long for us, and Justin down on the sidelines, posting on social media. Big thanks to Jeff Matthews and Crystal Kemp as well. He's Tim Roach. I'm Levi Gilbert, and we will see you again for football in 2021, and we'll see you for basketball just around the corner. Be safe, everyone.